Guys, I'm so excited. I got Ray on, and he is the typical Filipino-American entrepreneur who grew up in Turkey. But get this, he lives in Mexico and uses his marketing skills to build award-winning 6- and 7-figure online businesses. Ray Blakney, welcome to the show, man.
Mike, thanks for having me.
I mean, it seems like they are focusing on the kind of the on-page, visualization of things. They've done a pretty decent job of that.
That's unfortunately, one of the errors that a lot of people making websites do. Now, on page definitely matters. Your page has to look professional. Otherwise, your bounce rate will be huge, right? People will get there and they're like, what the heck is this? I'm not going to do business with these people. But they stress that a little too much, because the example I always give is you can have I'm dating myself with a reference, right? It's the whole field of dreams thing, right? If you build it, they will come. No, that's not how it works in the web world. You can have the most beautiful website in the world, but unless you SEO optimize it and then start building backlinks to it, nobody will ever show up on your website. So the on-page, the design needs to go hand in hand with the back-end SEO in order for anybody who has a website to have a successful business through their website. If your website is just your calling card you send out to people, and you don't really care if people find it on Google, make it as pretty as you want. Nobody cares, But if you're trying to actually get people to search for this, click on it, and ultimately buy whatever it is you're selling, you need to mix SEO with a beautiful design in order to get the results that you want.
That's good. Yeah, that's true. And then too, let's say you do a good job, Ray, and you did all your stuff, you dialed it all in, the person comes to your website, you actually got them to your website, and then they get there and it's beautiful. The website's beautiful. But they get there, like when we first hit it, I was like, is Palm Bluff the city? That was my first thought.
Or was it the name of the development? I'm like, I have no idea. So I'm like, I don't know what that is.
So I think right away, like you said, putting the city based on, it is a local service, they're in Portland, Texas. Maybe they offer a service in other areas, but it's unlikely, being a property management company type apartment complex, right? Everybody's trying to rent this particular complex. So I do like that they have this little pop-up kind of situation that I didn't see it for a little while until we scrolled down and then it showed up.
Agreed. And one of the things about the pop-ups is, in my experience with the pop-ups, the best success is when at that level, you're capturing something, right? Because this pop-up is essentially, from what I can tell, is to take you to another page. So it's kind of putting another click between the user and the desired action. So now proceed to check availability and apply. That seems like a big jump to me. I don't know what the people looking for this is, but the first thing that you always want to do, and I know you've talked about this before, is you want to get their email, right? I mean, you shouldn't be trying to make the sale. It's like, I showed up on the page, now I'm trying to get them to get on a sales call. That's a big jump for a lot of people. Just, offer something that's a lot easier, more accessible. Hey, instead of showing these floor plans down there, download our floor plans and our financing options or something like that, right? So here, I'll send you a PDF. Give me your email. That's all I'm asking for in this pop-up. Give me your email. And they should have at least 2 different kinds of calls to actions in pop-ups. One thing that's working really well for me right now are exit intent pop-ups. So you have this pop-up for somebody who's, I'm assuming it's on a timer, or it's based on scroll depth, right? So it comes up after 10 seconds or because they've actually read your page. But some people might be going to that first one and then they're like, no, I don't want it, and they're about to leave. So exit intent pop-ups is an algorithm when they detect that you're either going towards the back button or towards the close browser button on the top right. And that's when another pop-up comes up. And that one you should give them a more immediate call to action. Offer a coupon, a free tour, show up and we'll give you lunch for free at our facilities, something like that. You don't offer that right off the bat because you might be able to get them without doing that. But if they're about to leave you, most people never go back to the same website, when they're doing this kind of thing ever again. So you're going to lose your chance to get them. So try to get them with an exit pop-up at that point as well. So ask for their email and put an exit pop-up in there. Also asking for their email.
Yeah, that's a great point. And just to your point, right here, it says special offer. So, I mean, this is not a special offer.
You're making them do more work right there. I mean, you're not offering, you're offering to give them more work. It seems little, but they've even done studies, right? When they do the sign-up form, if you get rid of like 1 or 2 fields instead, don't ask those 2 things, you'll get the completion rate will go up. There are a few studies that are exceptions to that. But in general speaking, the easier you make it for them, the more sales, more conversions you're going to get. And they're making this a little harder. There again, it looks pretty. That's kind of, I think, the first thing that we're doing, but it's not making sales.
Yeah, and I like the idea of this automation and the floor plans and all this kind of stuff. But remember, like in this case, I'm new. Like I have no idea who you are, what the experience is like. I mean, this is going to be a place I'm going to live. So I do like the imagery. I like being able to imagine, like if this said something like, the desired apartment, luxury apartment in, whatever state, like you're saying. And I knew that that's what this was. Well, then now I'm just looking about, like, is this something, maybe finances, like how much is it going to cost, maybe, so try to put yourself in the customer's mind. Just imagine that you're them and what do they want to see? And so I think they're on point with most of this, but I feel like what you said is like getting the email, like some kind of a free download. I mean, you can go on Fiverr for $5 and have like a cool image made that says, 10, I don't know, obviously every industry is different, but 10 tips for finding the right place to live, or,
That's it. You can get, I mean, you get exactly like Fiverr and Upwork. You can get for $50, you can have somebody write the ebook for you. I mean, just it's a 10-page ebook. Then you pay another $20 to a graphic designer so they make it look good and it matches your branding. So it uses their logo, uses the kind of, looks like that turquoise blue is their color. That'll be in your ebook. So your branding will be all over the place. You send it to people. You have their email, and nothing converts better than email marketing still. I mean, people don't believe it. They think because of all the spam we're getting, email marketing no longer works. Trust me, it absolutely works.
Yeah, when coming from the perspective of SEO and actual search, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely
nobody does it. It's totally. I'm like, I'm actually on a quest, and I just started, but to be on 1,000 podcasts, I'm going to try to see what the result of my SEO is. So if you want to follow me on social media, I'll start posting more in January. But it's hashtag 1,000 podcast challenge, and you can follow me as I kind of appear on more and more podcasts. I'm up to about 60 right now. So I got a long way to go to get to that 1,000 mark.
Well, you get to practice your elevator pitch too, right?
I think so. Yeah. You heard my first one. I was a lot less smooth. I was super nervous on my first podcast, but after I've been on a few now, I'm a little bit. It's a work in progress. I know I got to get better at it, but I'm a little better now than I was when I started.
Well, definitely. Well, we appreciate you coming on, and definitely, guys, go check out podcasthawk.com. Ray, thank you so much for coming on, man. This has been great.
Thanks, Mike. It's been a lot of fun.
Definitely. You guys go ahead and bang that like button. Let's see what we get. There you go. Facebook. Get it? Twitter, don't worry about it. You're probably not watching unless you're Trump. And then YouTube. Get the YouTube for me. Right? Hit it.
There you go. Whoops.
Boom.
Oh, my camera's backwards. There you go. Let's go on the other side. Yeah.
All right, you guys. Thanks, Ray. I appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you later, Mike.
All right. See you guys. See you next week.